you are a fan of Game of Thrones, you must have heard about the infamous Red Wedding. But what is this Red Sea crisis? The Red Sea crisis, global supply chains strain under pressure. Now, what do you mean by this statement? The Red Sea is located between the Saudi and the African plate, and it is under some crisis. Now, what is that? Well, let's find out in the video. So, sit back and relax. So basically, the Red Sea crisis began on 19th October 2023. Oh man, what's with this 19 number? Just 1 month after, well, you know what happened. Let bygones be bygones. But this Red Sea crisis is not a bygone, since it is still happening. Well, on 19th October, the Iran-backed Houthi movement in Yemen launched missiles and armed drones at Israel, demanding an end to the invasion of the Gaza Strip. Well, the Houthis have seized and launched aerial attacks against merchant and naval vessels in the Red Sea. Yes, this is the main thing. Basically, Houthis present in Yemen are a group of militants. And what are they doing? They are attacking merchant and naval ships in the Red Sea. And as I told you, that is a very crucial trade path between Europe and Asia, and also for other countries also. So basically, that is under attack. And who are attacking them? The Red Sea is being attacked by Houthis movement. Well, we are going to find out everything regarding Houthis and what are they demanding, what is the reason behind their attacks, and what are the causes, effects, and solution. What could be the solution, and what is the world doing regarding it? Well, basically, let me give you a little introduction about the topic. This crisis is actually linked to so many things, such as Israel-Hamas war, as I told you, and also Iran-Israel proxy conflict. Well, now what is this proxy conflict? Okay, and also Iran-USA proxy conflict. This is also a proxy conflict. I'll be telling you what is this proxy conflict, and also regarding to Yemen crisis. These four are the causes of this war, as it is being said. Not a war basically, but this crisis. So what are the proxy conflicts? Basically, proxy is used for pseudo thing. Okay, I would say this is not a real conflict, as you also know that Iran and USA are not directly at war, but indirectly they have so much tension in between them, just like Russia and USA's Cold War. That was a Cold War that lasted for so many years. Proxy is not a real war, but yes, they are always against each other and never loses a chance to do something against the country. Basically, this is known as proxy conflict, and this is the reason behind Iran, Israel, and Iran, USA. This is also linked with the Red Sea crisis now. Okay, now you must be wondering that what is this Houthi movement? How have you never heard about it before? Well, the Houthi movement are officially known as the Ansar Allah, and the slogan is written on the right side of the screen. I'll not be reading that, huh? You read it yourselves. Basically, they are a Shia Islamist political and military organization that emerged from Yemen in 1990s. Yes, that's when it began. And also they are predominantly made up of Zaidi Shias, with their namesake leadership being drawn largely from the Houthi tribe. All these people in the Houthi tribe are basically largely consist of the Zaidi Shias people. They are Shia Muslims. You must have heard that Muslims are also of two types, Shia and Sunni, majorly. And Shia are the majority in Yemen. And those are the, you could say, the reason behind these Houthi tribe, and not the reason, they are under this Houthi tribe, as largely the leadership of this Houthi movement, the leadership of the Houthi movement is mostly from Houthi tribe. Okay, so this is the thing. Basically, how did they emerge? What was the cause behind their emergence? They emerged as an opposition movement to Yemen government, whom they accused of corruption and being backed by Saudi Arabia and USA. Now you must be wondering that what is this thing with USA? As I told you that Muslims are of two types, Shia and Sunni. So Yemen basically consists of Shias like Iran, and like other Shia populated countries in Middle East. And there, you must have heard that there is always some crisis in Middle East. The reason, you must be wondering, that USA is the reason. But how are they doing it? Since they are not directly involved. Basically, two types of Muslims live in the Middle East: Shia and Sunni. Saudi Arabia is filled with Sunni Muslims, and Yemen is filled with Shia Muslims. They are always against each other. Their psychology and philosophy never matches. And USA and countries like USA, which are Russia, and other like Iran, Saudi Arabia, they take advantages of these things. They are always against each other. So yes, they are all, the Houthi movement are also against Saudi Arabia, and USA is its well-known ally. So obviously, they will not be backing Yemen government for taking support from these countries. That is the reason they emerged. When in 2014 they captured capital of Yemen, which is Sana'a. This takeover prompted the Saudi-led military intervention. Saudi Arabia intervened in between to restore the internationally recognized government, leading to an ongoing civil war. Yes, it is still happening, which included missile attacks on Saudi Arabia and its ally UAE. Yes, so the basic, you must have heard about the Middle East crisis. All all of the countries in Middle East have their own conflicts. If you were going to be studying regarding Middle East crisis, you would have to study about them for at least a month. Then also it is difficult for you to cover all of them. Yes, there are very much conflicts in there. Well, for now, they are supporting Hamas by firing missiles at Israel and attacking ships off Yemen's coast and Red Sea, which they say is in solidarity with the Palestinians. So Houthi movement are also against Israel, as you saw in their poster. Which poster? The slogans poster. And in particular, in the Bab el Mandeb, this is a place, basically a choke point of the global economy, as it serves as the southern maritime gateway to the Suez Canal of Egypt. Yes, Suez Canal, you must be aware about it, na? Once the evergreen cargo ship stuck there, so it was in news for very long time. And the Suez Canal is at northern part of the Red Sea, and this Bab el Mandeb, this thing is at the southern choke point. Okay, so basically these 2 points are always at risk. If they get stuck, the whole world's trade comes to a halt. If not halt, the alternate has to be found. And what is that alternate? Well, to avoid Houthi attacks, hundreds of commercial vessels have been rerouted to sail around South Africa. As you can see on the map, the Red Sea is located just the north of the African plate. And for the alternate of that, you have to go from the southern part of African plate. And you could just imagine that how much time and extra money will have to be paid for that. Okay, well, now what is world doing about it, the Houthi movement? Well, the Houthis Red Sea attacks have drawn a military response from a number of countries. Yes, as you can see, US Navy and allies deployment in the Middle East. All of these, the things which are written on the screen are name of the ships. They are name of the naval vessels, or you could say the warships deployed by various countries. And also, in January 2024, UNSC condemned the attack, and since then, a multinational coalition was formed. And finally, the US led Operation Prosperity Guardian was launched to protect the Red Sea shipping. Okay, now what is this Operation Prosperity Guardian? Basically, it has been launched by multiple countries to preserve the freedom of navigation in the Red Sea, to, you could say, deteriorate the effect of Houthi movement on the world trade, because it is slowing the economy down and it is causing a trade loss for all of the world. Essentials are not being, you could say, traded or shipped between the countries. So this is very serious thing. And also, in April 2024, the USA sent a special envoy for Yemen and later stated that they hope to achieve a diplomatic solution with the Houthis, and the US would consider removing the Houthis from its designated terror list if they cease their attacks. Yes, so basically in April, the ongoing month, US and Houthis are under the diplomatic talks. Let's see if they get to somewhere, if they get to some conclusion, so that this crisis could be solved right now. And it is also being said that Iran and North Korea are supporting the Houthis by providing them weapons based on Hangul writing found on Houthi launched missiles. Now, what is this Hangul writing? Well, the Hangul scripture is very famous in Korean plate, you could say. Okay, the Korean countries, South Korea and North Korea. In North Korea, Hangul is known as Chonchgul, Choshangul, something like that. So basically, what is happening? Hangul is famous in South Korea, and its namesake is Choshangul, and they are literally the same, just different names of one thing. And it is said that North Korea is involved behind this. Why not South Korea? Because South Korea is a well-known ally of the NATO countries. It's a part of NATO members, so it's not going to support the Red Sea crisis or the Houthi movement. Well, now India is not part of NATO and nobody else. So basically, what is India doing and what is its impact on India? The Red Sea crisis impact on India. How attacks by Houthis can affect India? Well, basically, the chaos has brought concern for India. Yes, it has. Why? Because the trade which took around normal time, we always had been, you could say, on the schedule due to the Red Sea. But now, averagely, 2 weeks increase in shipping time has been observed, and almost 20% of India's exports pass through the Red Sea Suez route. Okay, so now those 20% has to be diverted, and we are using the Cape of Good Hope now. Cape of Good Hope is behind, is, you could say, under the African continent. So now this route has been used, and because of which money and time is going to be very much extra, and this is causing loss in business. Yes, so basically this is how it has impacted India. And not only this, about half a dozen ships heading towards India or with Indian crews on board have been attacked, allegedly attacked by the Houthis. Allegedly, we are not confirmed, but in response, India has increased its maritime presence in the Arabian Sea by deploying about a dozen warships and started using the Cape of Good Hope, as I told you. Okay, now this statement has been given by the Federation of Indian Exports, and now you could take an idea from it. See, the Red Sea route, the conventional route, it only took 25.5 days to cover 18,520 kilometers, just for an example. And now, when we have to go from the around Cape of Good Hope, the day's time has been increased to over a month, 34 days, and the distance is almost 7,000 kilometers extra. So to cover all of that, it takes very much time and very much cooperation among the trading world. So this is the complete Red Sea crisis which has been covered, and all of the details has been shared with you. What are the updates? For further updates, we will need to stop and watch what is going on and how are all the countries going to deal with this, because this is certainly a thing which should be stopped right now. As I told you, if not, what will be the impact on the trade and the economy of the world? Okay, well, this is it for this video. So thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Stay tuned and stay healthy.